sports fans out there, this is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes here live on this Sunday morning. A big day in college football yesterday. Welcome to another edition of Talking Sports Sunday, Week 7 in college football. We're about to recap that. We're about to talk about Week 6 in the NFL. And I'm here this morning with my man, T1, City League TV,
What it do?
the number one ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. T1,
Yeah.
how you feeling this
What
morning?
it do? Hey, you know it's a beautiful morning. You know it's another beautiful morning. Then I see my man Parlay Poe hop up in here. Let's go. It's good. I'm good this morning. What's up? I'm ready to go. It's not. Hey, I feel like I'm about to. I feel like I'm at work today. I got energy this morning, y'all. I'm ready.
See.
I'm ready, Parlay Poe.
I see.
Hey, it's a beautiful day. I think I'm gonna get to see my mans today, man. And meet your boys.
He ain't trying to play today.
Hey, Parlay Poe. Y'all I'm looking for y'all today. I need for y'all's defense to show up today. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I told y'all I got that energy this morning, y'all. So I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I know Rob got it going on for us, but hey, good morning, brothers.
Good morning.
Good morning to you as well. How you feeling this morning, Parlay Poe of the
Man, I can't complain.
Podcast.
Anybody gonna listen to me, man?
Man, well, listen, let's not waste no time, man. Let's go ahead and get into some of this action that took place yesterday. Let's start off in the Big 12, man, where we think Texas Tech is probably the king of the Big 12 right now. They thumped Kansas 42-17. BYU, another one of the top-ranked teams in the Big 12, beat Arizona 33-27 in overtime. And Utah beat Arizona State without Levis out there for Arizona State 42-10. What do y'all think about the Big 12 and those games yesterday? Is Texas Tech really that team to beat?
Well, hey, the game was close at first. When I was watching it, it was close at first, and then a couple turnovers for Kansas, and they just broke it wide open, man. And look, you got to think Texas Tech starting quarterback, he was out. He was out in like the all through the second half. I think he got hurt at the second quarter or something. He was out. Their starting quarterback was.
Yeah, we know what the Big 12 is, but I think Texas Tech is. I think they're for real enough to get a victory in the playoffs if they continue and go undefeated in that Big 12. Because what I am seeing in college football is that for real, you can be beat on any Saturday. Any team can be beat. You know what I mean? Include my Ohio State Buckeyes. It hasn't happened yet. But I just feel like this season, anybody can be beat. It's one of those seasons. So I think Texas Tech is, if they continue to show what they've been showing, and as Parlay Post said, it was close in the early goings of that game, and you was looking at the game like, maybe Texas Tech ain't that good. But, they pulled away and pulled it out, and if they continue and they go undefeated in that Big 12, I may have a little bit of confidence in them to actually get a victory in the playoffs against somebody.
I think right now in the Big 12, they're definitely hands down the best team in that conference. Now, without their quarterback, though, it might be a different change because they may not be able to score the kind of points they're going to need to score, especially when they play some of the physical teams that's in that conference. Maybe not until the Big 12 championship game. I'm trying to pull up their schedule now so we can see what they're looking like going forward to see if they got any challenges on that schedule that could possibly give them some issues. They end up going to Kansas State next week. Well, in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. They go to Kansas State, which Kansas State has not been good. But then they get BYU at home in West Virginia. It looks like they can run that table right there because even though BYU is a pretty tough team, they're not going to be at home in this game. They got to travel to Lubbock, Texas to play Texas Tech. So they'll probably win out and be undefeated going into their championship game. I wonder if they get Utah in that game, will Utah be able to match their physicality? Because right now, Texas Tech is being way more physical than the other teams in that conference. And I agree with you, T1. They get in the playoffs, they could possibly win one game for sure.
Possible.
Let's take a look at the ACC. Fanduze is saying, yeah, Hammond, the backup quarterback for Texas Tech. He came in, he's nice, but he didn't play his best game yesterday, though. Yeah, so we're going to have to keep a close eye on that for Texas Tech to see what that quarterback situation is looking like going forward for them. Looking at the ACC, Miami, of course, was idle yesterday along with Virginia. But yesterday, Georgia Tech got a really good win over Virginia Tech, 35-20. And Pitt beat Florida State. Do y'all think Florida State, they're done, right? They got 3 losses, all in conference. Do you think that Florida State team is done?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. We know Florida State been done. Florida State been done. They just, they're doing better than last year. So, kudos for that, for taking a step forward in what they would like to be the right direction, but they're still not going in the direction that they will be going in if they would have hired Coach Prime a few years ago. So, they're going to get what they're going to get.
Yeah, let's welcome to Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10 real quick. How you feeling this morning, Mossberg?
I'm feeling pretty good. Good morning, fellas. How's everybody doing? Still having a hangover from yesterday's game and just enjoying the weekend, man, here in South Bend. Definitely.
I could dig it.
Cool. Go ahead and finish your thought, Parlay Poe.
Well, I think they was running in mud yesterday, though. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, you have a shootout with Pitt. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that. I thought Florida State was going to try to run the ball on them, but they put everything in Castellano's hands, and I understand that. You know what I mean? Like, I understand what they was trying to do yesterday. And me and Zay, me and FanDuel, we was up at the casino watching it.
Yeah. Donnell was saying that Florida State has no discipline. Did y'all see that yesterday in that game where they were not being disciplined, maybe making some boneheaded mistakes offensively and defensively?
Yeah, pretty much.
I just saw a lot of no defense in the ACC yesterday. That's what I saw. I saw the ACC as a conference not being disciplined on defense. I saw all those teams give up, 35, 40 points. That ain't going to cut it.
Man, this Seminoles team, I know I love my boys, man, but after watching the game yesterday, I was still watching it being at another game. It was tough to watch, like you said, no discipline. It's tough to see them come out and play the way they played against Alabama, play the way they played against Virginia, fighting back in that game, even though losing to Miami is tough, man. Like me personally, I'm a Seminoles fan. I'm diehard. I'm putting them on ice right now for the season. I'm putting them on my notifications, and I'm watching Seminoles just through my notifications, man. With all due respect, I just had a lot of hopes, and I still do when it comes to getting them Wednesday, because I'm not wearing no Buckeye shirt. Not wearing one.
Where your Notre Dame shirt at? Because they said you was going to. Hey, rumor has it you was going to flip yesterday. They said you was going to act like one of them recruits yesterday, and you was going to flip.
I won't lie, man. It's a different atmosphere when you see it live and personal, man. It's it's an experience, and just the way Notre Dame do what they do here is it's an experience I think everybody would have to have just to see the fan base. I mean, I barely seen any North Carolina State fans yesterday in that stadium, which is crazy. So, you know, I'm not no Notre Dame fan. I definitely enjoyed
You got a
myself.
Notre Dame shirt right now.
It
Nah,
looks
this
like
throw
my
up.
leprechaun green, bro.
Under that,
Nah, this
under
this is-
that,
this
that's Notre Dame. Under there.
Hey, I
Under
gotta
there.
blend in somehow. It's a white T-shirt. Look,
We
look,
see
this is a
green.
plain.
We see
Look,
green,
it's a
baby.
plain. It's a
That's a
plain green.
Oh my God! He's on the cover.
No,
Hey, you flip. Cuz you
it's
flip.
plain. It's plain green. I ain't make no flip. I ain't
Look,
flip.
you got on the green. You got on the green with the khaki color. So that's khaki color is basically gold.
that's
So
a
you
brand.
doing the thing. You blended. You did a great job of blending in, bro. We gonna tell you that.
The visit was good, man. They got good food, but I don't know, man. I still feel like one of them 5 stars that, you know, who gonna bring that Neil bag to me, Parlay Po. But nah, it was definitely fun, but it's just an experience, man. Something I won't forget. Thankful for bro bringing me out. But yeah, definitely, man. I'm just gonna lock into the notifications with Florida State. I'm disappointed in yesterday's performance, but shout out to that Pittsburgh team. They definitely played some great football. And Raheem Biles, one of our own from Columbus, Ohio, man, he showed his butt yesterday. Him and that defense, and read that back. Pitt gonna be something to mess with in the years to come. They're young and they can go.
Hey, Moss B. I don't know how I'm liking this one with you this morning. I need to hear a cricket, a car crash, or something in the background. It's a little bit too beautiful and too calm with your scenery, man. I need to hear something.
This that something. Oh, there you go. I know you hear that.
A bird or something, boss. You know, we got to hear something. A bird, something, man.
The birds is flying. They chirping. I'm sure you hear that one.
All right, thanks, Wiz. Thanks for joining us. He said they done turned you down there, Boss Bird.
They done turned him.
Nah, man.
He said, "Good morning, Lawrence."
Yeah, Jet Life want to know, how was the stadium energy down there in South Bend?
Man, that stadium energy is different. Like it's definitely different. The whole stadium, and when they was doing the push-ups with the people in the stands, like you could literally do a 360 and they doing push-ups throughout the stadium. It was crazy. Like when they come down for the recruiting visits, I'm sure they put on a show for these recruits, man. It's something to see. You just definitely gotta be present to see it. But that stadium, that energy is different, man. It's definitely different.
Hey, Moss, quick question.
Yes, sir.
When you made the decision, how did you come up with the decision? Hey, I'm about to go to Notre Dame, and I'm gonna go catch me a game, because you're right down the street. We see you on campus all the time, and you chose to bypass, you know, catching a Buckeye game and checking out that atmosphere. What was the deciding factor on you taking a trip up out the city and going and checking out Notre Dame?
When you get a phone call from your little bro and he wake you up in the morning and it's not coffee waking you up and he tell you he taking you somewhere for the birthday weekend, you just lock in. And it was my first college football game. And when I got that call and told him I'm clearing my schedule, I'm not working, I'm not doing nothing, I'm ready for it. It's unbelievable, man. But I didn't flip. I'm still FSU. I'm not Notre Dame, but this was a hell of a visit. And man, it got me ready, but I'm still Seminole, man. I'm not going nowhere. I'm a diehard Seminole. I just got to blend in with my green because I ain't trying to get handled down here with these fans, man. But they definitely respectful, man. Respectful fan base. I mean, it was just everything, man. Beautiful weekend to start for my birthday for sure.
That's what's up. Happy birthday, bro. We love you.
Appreciate it. Same here, man.
You doing, man? You looking good going into your next year.
Appreciate it.
Red shirt freshman, man.
Donnell said, "Happy birthday, Mossberg." So looking
Appreciate
at
it,
the
man.
Georgia Tech team, man, and if they drop another game, because right now it looks like Miami, hands down, is probably going to be the king of the ACC. If Georgia Tech drops another game, but they end
They
up making
undefeated. They ain't dropped the game yet. You
They
can't put
undefeated.
them out there like that.
Georgia
Are
Tech
they
still undefeated.
Yeah, they still
Yeah.
undefeated. They ain't dropped nothing.
Oh, I thought they dropped the game. Okay.
No.
Well,
Mm-mm.
they looking real good then. They looking
Yeah.
real.
They haven't been looking bad this season.
That King, buddy. King.
Yeah. Hayes King got Georgia Tech rolling, and they got a tough run game, and they physical. They physical when they need to be. So I think it's going to come down to Georgia Tech. They got at Cal, they got at Duke. Them the only two games. Really, the at Cal game is the one that I'm looking at to really challenge Georgia Tech. If they don't get no challenge from Cal, I think Georgia Tech will be playing Miami in the ACC championship for sure.
Man, they're gonna beat Cal by
So
50.
let's go ahead. Right. So let's just go ahead and say the ACC championship is Georgia Tech and Miami. Because it ain't happening. But what I'm seeing is don't look too far ahead. Don't look past a Pitt. Don't look, and they still have Georgia on that last game too. So, but that ain't gonna have nothing to do with them going to that ACC championship. But it'll have everything to do with what can they do when they make it to the college football playoffs. Because as long as they continue doing what they're doing, and if they do take one to Georgia, it's going to depend on how bad Georgia smacks them with where they get ranked in that college football playoff, and if anybody feels confident with them making some noise.
Yeah, for sure. What's your thoughts on Notre Dame at this point? After dropping their first two games, they've won, I believe, 4 in a row. What's your thoughts on this Notre Dame team? Can they possibly win out? Can they beat USC? I think they might have USC next week, maybe. Can they beat USC and possibly keep their playoff hopes alive? And do you see anybody being able to beat them?
Well, they got to run it. They got a two-head monster. That's what they should have been doing on the first game. You know what I mean? Like playing physical with the two-head monster. They was trying to put it on the arm of their quarterback, CJ Carr, even though he good. But they should go from the backs to the throwing first. You know what I mean? Now they got that established with Love and Prince. So now they moving a little bit. Their defense just got to tune it up some.
Yeah. Man, I totally agree. Being there watching it, like that Jordan Love and that Price, man, them some backs, man. Them some big boys. And just watching Love and his speed and his power, this Notre Dame team they can win it. They can win out. I think this USC game next week is definitely going to test the waters on both ends for Notre Dame and USC. But I definitely think this Notre Dame team can win out. And like you said, Parlay Pope, they got to tune it up on defense because seeing the touchdown pass they gave up yesterday, that long touchdown play, it was that close. I just think they got to stay locked in. And if they defense catch up to that offense, Notre Dame can do something special again, I think, possibly.
Yeah, I agree too. I feel like Notre Dame can they can definitely run the table. If they get past USC, they're gonna have to get past USC. If they can get past USC, and we saw a pretty good USC team yesterday. We saw a really, really good USC team yesterday. I'm not sure if it was because of the opponent that they played, but I mean, they looked really, really good yesterday. I mean, I'm being dead serious.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame can win out as well, but they do got a good contest against USC. But I agree with Parlay Poe. They really have to make sure that they go with that two-headed monster because it has truly opened up the pass game for CJ Carr. It's made things totally a lot easier for him to throw the football when that's the second option because the run game is so dynamic with those two-headed monster running backs that they have. So they got to make sure that they stay with that formula. Make sure you get the ball to them running backs as your priority. That's going to open up the pass game and make things a lot easier for CJ Carr. Now, on the other flip side of that, their defense is going to have to continue to get better and better each week. But they're going to have to get better in a hurry when they face USC because Lincoln Riley is going to be able to scheme up some things that could possibly get his wide receivers some opportunities to get some nice receptions and run and some deep balls. So they got their tests coming up with this USC team for sure.
Hey, well, let's say this too real quick before we get up out of here about Notre Dame. They played some really good defense yesterday, only giving up 7 points. So they played some really good defense yesterday. And we know we probably can say this every single week, but come next week, this Notre Dame USC game is the game of the year. This is Notre Dame season. Notre Dame dropped this. Don't matter what they do in these last 4 games because they ain't going to no playoffs. They can go to a bowl game. They can go get them a little bowl, but they dropped this one against USC. It's over with. So the level of intensity that I plan on seeing next week from Notre Dame is probably going to be at a very, very, very high level. And they're going to be at home, and Moss B already said what that atmosphere is, and it's electric. And we're talking about a rivalry with some history. So, and it's a night game. This is the game. This is the game, and it's put up or shut up for Marcus Freeman and them Notre Dame Fighting Irish. If they go down to USC, it's over with. So this is a must-win for Notre Dame, and a must-win for USC as well because they're still in a hunt to get a playoff bid. They're still in that hunt to get them a playoff bid. So, you know, this is a big game for both teams, not just for Notre Dame, but this is Notre Dame college football playoff life. So if they fail this test come next Saturday, they're done. Their season is a failure. There's some seniors that's going to be going home in their college football career, not on a high note and not feeling good about themselves.
Yeah, I think you brought up a really good point. Since they took those 2 losses, their back is against the wall. They have no margin for error, but they've been playing with a level of intensity, man, that they understand and listen. We cannot afford to drop another game as an independent team. We can't be a 3-loss Big Ten team or a 3-loss SEC team with a chance of getting into college football playoffs. If we got 3 losses, we can cancel Christmas. And they know that their back is against the wall, and they're going to have to play lights out and play hard and with intensity every single week that they get on that football field. And they're going to have a really hard contest against USC whenever they play. I think it's next week.
Yeah, they play on next week, next Saturday.
Let's talk a little bit about the SEC and the games we saw yesterday. I didn't have a chance to put it in the chat, but yesterday Georgia got a narrow win, 20-10 over their opponent. Alabama squeaked it out against Missouri. Texas A&M looked really, really good against Florida. Of those teams, and Ole Miss was idle, of those 4 teams, Texas A&M, Georgia, Alabama, and Ole Miss, who do you think is looking the best out of them? And will eventually, the schedules that they have, eventually one of those teams are going to probably end up with 2 losses in conference?
I like Texas A&M.
Yeah.
I like Texas A&M. I like to say that they had an impressive victory against Florida yesterday, even though Florida, came in at 2-3, and now they're 2-4. But we said at the beginning of this season, before this season started, that Florida Gators schedule was treacherous, regardless of how you think about, these conferences and how many teams they got ranked in this and that and whatever, whatnot. But we knew that Florida schedule was treacherous. And I want to say that the teams that they beat, I don't think we didn't have them beating a Texas team. You know what I mean? We ain't have them beating a Texas team, so we know they can play. But that Texas A&M team, they looking real good in that SEC.
Man, I liked how Bama looked. They was trading body blows with each other. And then when I thought it was over, when Jam went out hurt again, I thought it was over. But Bama showed some grit, man. They showed some grit coming back in a hostile environment in Mizzou. Mizzou ain't a bad team, though. You know what I mean? They physical. You know what I mean? I think they couple players away, but they showed some grit. But I like how Alabama came back yesterday.
Yeah, same for me, man. I like this Bama team doing what they've been doing. Like you said, with Jam going out, I didn't know what they would do, if they would keep it going. But just seeing them play that physical style back, seeing ways that we haven't seen Bama in the last, year and a half almost, playing that style, fighting back and getting the win. I don't know. I like this Bama team a little more. Texas A&M, I know they haven't really proven over the years, but this could be the year. I like this Bama team. Playing against them and seeing how their season turning out, seeing how ours turning out. They seem to have some kind of momentum that's different.
Hey, let me say something real quick, Rob, before you go last. Let me say something real quick. This was a great game yesterday, correct? Correct. Y'all agree? Great game yesterday. And Parlay Post said he liked Bama. I didn't. And here's what we're going to have to stop, fellas, and we're going to stop this right now today. Let me read this schedule off for you I believe Missouri was ranked like 13 or something. And I'm tired of people talking about my Buckeyes and they ain't played nobody. So I'm going to go with this 5-0 team that came in. They played Central Arkansas. Then they went and played a bad Kansas team. Then they played Louisiana, not Louisiana State University, Louisiana. Then they went on to play a bad South Carolina team. And then they played UMass, not in basketball. They played the University of Massachusetts. But what you don't hear is you just don't hear nobody talking about anybody else's schedule. Why is that? It's crazy. But all you hear is Ohio State hasn't played anybody. That schedule's garbage. The rankings that they give these SEC teams is garbage. How they don't talk about these automatic wins that so many of these teams have, like Missouri came in 5-0. They came in 5-0, undefeated, as if they some top dogs out here. We gotta stop with this scheduling stuff, man. And talk to people ain't played
Grambling State. Y'all played Grambling State.
They played Central Arkansas. It's even. See, here you go. Here you go talking as if I don't have an argument. And then your comeback is they played Grambling State. And they have Central Arkansas.
But they played Kansas. They played Kansas and South Carolina, though.
So three teams. That's not even 3 teams. Ain't even football teams, bro. What are you talking about? Grambling has history of football.
I mean, we understand the history of what
UMass have for football.
But coming against Ohio State, but they played Kansas and South Carolina.
What's your argument? I just want to know before we go any further. What's your argument about what I'm saying?
I don't. My argument is this: we know what Ohio State's schedule is. At the end of the day, they don't play nobody. I'm tired of y'all feeling like y'all play people when they ranked as high as they are. Illinois, the way y'all played them yesterday, yeah, Illinois came in as some hyped up team. Some people picked them to win. I said y'all would do what? Blow them out. Illinois is not as good as everybody think. Just like Penn State. We starting to see what the Big Ten really look like this year. Northwestern got a win yesterday, I believe.
So it looked like it's some football being played. Your argument is just as bad as your team, buddy.
I don't know, man.
Well, you know, T1, the difference is this.
No, go to a schedule. I'm just talking about. I just read y'all. See, this is how y'all don't listen. No, this is how y'all don't listen. I just read the schedule off to y'all, and y'all still saying it's a powerhouse schedule.
No. Nobody's
y'all
saying
still saying that. No, Ohio State schedule is way worse. Stop it. Just garbage, man. No backups, no facts, straight talks. He gonna bring up Grambling as if Louisiana is something different than a Grambling, as if UMass is something different than a Grambling, as if Central Arkansas is something different than a Grambling. That's 3 teams on the same level. You want to come on here and argue. I'm glad he turned his camera off. Tired of looking at him and listening to him with the madness.
But T1, the difference is this.
Go ahead.
Ohio State, with their schedule, regardless of what it is the #1 ranked team in the country. So everybody believes that this team is awesome. Missouri, regardless if they're 5-0, got a cheap record or not, a cheap schedule or not, are ranked 14th. So apparently
they had 5 easy wins.
That Missouri is,
like I told you at the beginning of the season.
So apparently it balances out. Because they ain't ranked in the top 10, they ain't ranked in the top 5, but they was 5-0, which lets you know that the people who
ranked in the top 15.
They should be in the top 15 because they're a really good team for football.
They haven't played anybody.
I understand.
Who have they played? Who have they played? Who on their schedule would you say was somebody? While y'all arguing about nothing.
Y'all talk about South Carolina all the time.
The team
who talk about South Carolina? They're garbage.
What do we say on this show all the time? Eventually, the schedule will play out and teams will fall where they're supposed to really be at. And
it's going to be the SEC team, all of them with 8 wins. Why? Because they start off like Missouri, 5-0. You only need 3 more wins? Man, come on. I know what I'm talking about. And the receipts is in these podcasts.
No, it's not. That's not accurate. That's not accurate.
Very accurate.
It's not. Everybody play 3 or 4 bums. Everybody do.
Now everybody played 3 or 4 bums. We played Texas so far. We played Texas, Washington, Minnesota, Illinois. We didn't play 3. Ain't none of them bums. Y'all got to stop and put some respect on these other teams. And stop talking stupid.
But you left the 3 bums out.
What 3 bums? We're only 6-0. It's only 2 more games. OU and Grambling State. What are you talking about? OU won the MAC last year, made it to a bowl game.
2 bums.
Grambling is a SWAC team that we handing a check out to help the HBCUs out.
2 bums though, bro. That's 2 bums.
2 bums. Okay.
That's 2 bums.
What is University of Louisiana Monroe?
Bum. Bum.
Louisiana Monroe.
Everybody plays.
What is Eastern Illinois?
Bums.
Like bad bums that don't even have a name. At least we'll schedule somebody with a name and you'll actually know who we're playing.
Well, who you want to
You actually know who we paying. Y'all be clowning. And I'm naming all of these bums on all of these schedules from y'all's top teams. But for some odd reason, the Ohio State University is the only university in college football who has cupcakes on their schedule. When we played a Texas, who is your bum team, a Washington in Washington with a top 5 offense that, as you can see, they're still rolling.
We'll see where they at the season's end.
Stop it.
We'll see where they at.
Y'all just sad that y'all don't look like us.
Negative.
Wow.
Bum.
Only
And
one
look
that
who
does
said
about
negative, y'all. Look who said
Until-
negative. The
until
one with the
Ohio
worst
State-
team on this
until-
podcast.
Until
Your
y'all
team's been the worst
respect
team on
other
this podcast
teams,
since we started.
until
We
y'all
should have
respect
been
other
you out of
teams
here.
as a yes to other teams, y'all be fine, man. Y'all's fan base is what it is. Some respectable, some not. But at the
Champions.
end of the day,
Like
y'all
every
don't give
fan base.
y'all
Goodness
don't
gracious.
give credit. Y'all don't give credit due when credit due. At
Somebody
the
been
end of the day,
spitted
I'm gonna
on
leave it at that.
at Florida State Stadium or Michigan Stadium or Texas Stadium? You think they ain't been spitted on? Come on, dude.
All right, let's move on, man. Let's move on. What do y'all think about Ole Miss and Georgia in this SEC?
What's up with Zay? Zay done popped in though, Rob.
Oh, Miss Georgia.
Well, let's
Yeah,
welcome
I'm
my man
cool.
FanDuel Zaya to the
What up?
podcast. How you feeling, FanDuel Zaya?
Yeah, I had to put the baby down. Moss made me jump in here with that blasphemous. You know what I mean? Yeah, he talking about Grambling. I don't want to hear that. Y'all lost to Virginia. Bums.
Homerism in
Hey.
the building. Let's go.
Hey, the SEC is really trash. Ole Miss beat Washington State by 3 points yesterday. And are we going to talk about it? Washington State been losing games 59-10 out here. You know, I said yesterday was going to tell me a lot about the SEC. Yeah, these SEC teams ain't what it's cracked up to be. You know what I mean? Missouri ain't played nobody. They lost to Florida. Alabama lost to Florida State. So we gotta let that whole wait what we know about Florida State now. It's some bums all through the SEC. But when we went down the list on SEC Sean's Power Rankings, I said this. I said all these teams are extremely flawed.
That's all you got?
He did.
That was a mic drop.
Right. What was he supposed to say? See, see, that's when they don't like they don't get it. Like he didn't even know what to do. He's about to end the show.
He said he's about to end the show.
He was about to end the show. He thought the show was over. Nah, man. All of the SEC teams are flawed. That's what he said. And all y'all ranked. Come here, ranked number 13, and you out here playing Central Arkansas and Louisiana and the University of Massachusetts. They have football there? Man, stop it. Let's go, Rob.
I mean, you addressing Mossberg. He the one talks about your schedule.
You talk about it too. You done did it. You done did it too right here. Just a couple of minutes ago, you ain't getting out of
this
either.
The Big Ten schedule and the fact that y'all got a lot of bottom dwellers. That's the only thing I say about y'all
So
schedule.
what is the SEC? Y'all just have ranked teams that are not earned. And so now y'all don't have bottom dwellers. Y'all don't, man, come on. What did Zay just said? Y'all just struggled against Washington State.
Listen, everybody has games.
What are you talking about?
Everybody have games where they don't play.
We don't. So you can't say everybody.
Well, I mean, you was in almost in a deadlock game with Washington, and y'all way better than Washington.
Almost.
You only won 24-6. But it was a really close game. What was it, 7-3 at halftime or something like that?
Man, at what point in that game was it a deadlock? We just didn't score in the red zone, and that's the thing we got to work on. It was at no point did we feel like we at no point did we feel like we were going to lose that game.
The fact at halftime it was 7-3.
We had 3 possessions.
Okay, what that mean? What that mean? It was 7-3, right? That's a fact, right?
But were we in jeopardy or in danger?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say you was in jeopardy.
You just said we was in a deadlock.
Man, goodness.
What is 7-3? What is 7-3?
Told you they just be talking.
What's 7-3?
Just talking live, y'all. Be like this in the chat.
What is 7-3 at halftime? Is that not deadlock?
That ain't a deadlock.
Okay, man. Okay. You say so. We all know that Ohio State is at the top right now. They've shown that they're the best team in the country. Nobody is arguing that.
Well, why y'all arguing? And we played the likes of Texas and Washington and Illinois. And even in Minnesota, people outside of the Big Ten don't know and understand that Minnesota wins games. And they win bowl games against other conference teams.
That may be so, but that
No,
doesn't mean
it's a fact. It's a fact.
okay, it's a fact. But how many times is Minnesota ever going to win the Big Ten title?
They're not. That's something that Ohio State owns.
They're not. They're not. That's my point. They're not.
How many times is Texas gonna win the SEC title?
At the rate they're going, they got a chance to win it a couple of times.
They're not.
They got a chance to win it a couple of times.
They're not. Bottom dwellers.
Man, listen, all I know is I got thrown out the window when somebody mentioned Kansas and South Carolina as like these are not bottom feeding teams. South Carolina got 2 9-win seasons in the last 10 years, and we're talking about them like they're some upper echelon team. They are not. It's just the truth about it.
But you talk about how good South Carolina is, though.
No, I talk about how good Lenore Sellers is. Stop putting words in my mouth, bro. I ain't never said South Carolina was this and that. Don't put words in my mouth. I ain't never said that. I said Lenore Sellers is a monster.
All right, let's move on, man. Let's move on. What's your thoughts? Y'all already said what y'all got to say about Ole Miss. What's your thoughts on Georgia?
It was good seeing a passing game from Stockton last night late in the game. I want to see more Georgia. I want to see them pass the ball more. I want to see a little bit more stout defense, but I still haven't really figured this Georgia team out. I think they're going to move up, but I think they're going to get in. It just depends. I mean, they've won. Like I said, you got to still keep the Georgia team at bay. I mean, they've won last few years, minus the last 2. So you respectably got to keep them there. That's just my opinion on Georgia.
You can tell Georgia ain't as stout in the trenches like they have been. You know what I mean? Usually you ain't had the Georgia's team ain't had to blitz a lot because they had their front four was so dominant. Now you don't see that. You don't see they being dominant in them trenches, so they have to move dudes closer to the line and everything, and they get caught sleeping sometimes. But I don't know what to say about Georgia because they Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and you know what I mean. You get Stockton when Stockton off, he is off. You know what I mean? Like when he missing, he missing. So and they don't have that power game no more. So I don't know if Georgia gonna make the SEC title this year.
And then three points in the first half, and you know you supposed to be Georgia going against a not good at all Auburn. You going against Auburn and you only put up 3 points in the first half. There's something terribly wrong with that team. And as they put it, this team definitely has some flaws that they're going to have to fix before they get to this college football playoffs, or they're going to have problems. And here we go, one of these top SEC teams that are supposed to be, you know, the SEC is king of football still, according to ESPN, and, you know, everybody else that want to put their face in front of a camera that's not, you know, from none of these other conferences. But this Georgia stuff, I'm not buying it for them to go anywhere. They'll definitely get knocked out. They won't make it to a Final Four. I know that. You know, if they make it up in here, they might get popped a couple of time or two or something. I don't know, but we already know. Parlay Poe, that's why I rock with you, man. I thought you had left the screen because you got upset that we was arguing and you didn't want to see your brothers arguing like that. But I see how you bounce back with that Steelers background back there popping and ready to get into game mode. That's why I rock with you, bro.
I had to use the restroom real quick. You already know.
Looks great, man. It looks great back there. That's all I know.
Van Duzel, what's your thoughts on Georgia?
Man, we're gonna see we're gonna see a top 10 matchup next week, and I think them is two of the worst top 10 teams in the polls, man. I think they both need to drop games because I don't think neither one of them is playoff worthy for real. But Ole Miss got an easy schedule, so I mean, that offense is trash. That Georgia offense is trash. Just like I don't see nothing about that offense that's attractive. So I mean, we'll see what happens next week.
I mean, that Ole Miss team gave up 21 to Washington State. Like, how much can you look into that team and say that this team is for real? Like, that's bad, But
I think when it's all said and done, Georgia's schedule will play out, and they got some flaws on that team, and they'll probably be on the outside looking in. I think Ole Miss, once their schedule plays out, they're going to be on the outside looking in. And I think at this point, Alabama and Texas A&M were the two teams that have shown that they should be where they at right now. Alabama lost that first game to Florida State. They played lights out the last 5 games to be where they are now, 5 or 6 games to be where they are now. If they can stay healthy in the running game, they're going to be a team that's getting better and better on defense. But right now, Texas A&M is probably the best team in the SEC right now. So hopefully they can still serve and make the SEC look good after everything plays out. Let's move on. Go ahead.
I think if Georgia beat Ole Miss next week, I think they both still make the playoffs because I think they both gonna win. They gonna keep winning. I mean, Georgia might slip up against Georgia Tech, but I think they beat everybody else in their SEC conference play.
I'm telling you right
Ole
now.
Miss could be good. Ole Miss could be good with that one loss and have a home game in that first playoff game. As you saw last year with Ohio State, it may work out better for some teams to have a home game to get ready and prepared for that playoff. And I could see something like that working out for Ole Miss, but I don't trust them after what I saw from them last week with Washington State. So yeah.
Well, we're gonna see. It's gonna all play out. We're gonna get to see. Let's turn it over to the Big Ten and look at that conference. Of course, we had Ohio State putting a thumping on Illinois. We saw the USC.
Excuse me real quick, Rob.
Yeah.
Excuse me real quick. Just before we hop about the SEC, ain't nobody feel nothing about that Tennessee and Arkansas game?
Well, I think we all can agree Tennessee's defense is horrible. They not gonna be one of the top teams in the SEC.
They rank number 12, Rob.
I know, but we all know that once this thing plays out. But listen to me. We all know once this thing plays out, they are not going to be ranked number 12 because their defense is horrible. Their defense is horrible. They got one hell of an offense, but their defense is horrible.
Yeah, their corners are still out though. Like they got 2 first-round corners that's out,
and that's making for them to have a horrible D.
I mean, they can't guard the pass. Yeah, I mean, if you can't defend the pass, you're gonna be terrible.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They still winning.
Until they get that fixed, they're gonna have some issues because they got some tough games coming up as well. So we're gonna see how it plays out. Once it plays out, bro, everything is gonna work itself out.
Yeah, and that's what
we know are not really that good, or they got flaws, or way too many flaws. We're gonna see them fall to the back of the pack.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And before, I couldn't let y'all just slide out with the SEC up out of here just like that without saying my say. And then like they don't know, you be all up in the chat, SEC, like you go really, really, really hard for this conference. But
what am
bro,
I supposed to do? Not go hard with the conference my team is in? Come on, man.
bro, you don't hear us up in there. Neither me, Zay, or Poe up in the chat talking about B1G, B1G, B1G. That be you, bro. We about our teams. We about our teams. We don't get with the conference unless you want to get them.
Always doing it. We don't hear Parlay Poe doing that, but you two dudes always doing that.
No, we just respond when you go with the SEC madness. But let me give you this so we can get up out this SEC because they don't deserve our time like that. Maybe on ESPN, but not here. But who is Eastern Tennessee State University? Okay. Who is University of Alabama Birmingham? Okay. Like, who is New Mexico State? Okay. I know y'all know where I'm getting to, but yeah, we the only ones in the country that don't play nobody. Now we can move on.
Hold on. We ain't gonna talk about Texas' big win.
No, because these two homers over here, I don't want them thinking, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be no homer like them.
No, we gotta talk about Texas because we know you ain't gonna get no sleep last night if y'all didn't do what y'all did.
But Oklahoma's trash. You know, Oklahoma's trash. So let's not forget how trash that SEC is, man. 23-6. Just some bombs.
Nah, that's the best Texas defense I've seen play. That's the best Texas defense I've seen play.
Yeah, they shut Oklahoma out.
Yeah. Mateer wasn't on this game, man.
Hold up, but something looked wrong with the stats. If Mateer was the top QB in the game, and he was only 20 for 38 for 203 yards, 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
Also, he just gave y'all the game. Man,
Did you just hear what
no
Parlay
wonder
Poe
the
said?
defense looked great.
Did you hear what Parlay Poe said? Texas defense played the best they played all season.
Yeah, they got 3 INTs.
It
Yeah.
was Texas defense that did that, bro. It was the defense that did that.
Yeah, because y'all was losing 6-3 going into the half.
Yeah, but it could have easily been
6-3, y'all. 6-3 going into the half. You got a rivalry game like it was some type of banging going on.
It was some banging going on in that game. You can believe that. There was some banging going on in that game. But you're talking about two teams who offensively aren't quite where they need to be. But defensively, both of them have some really, really good defenses. Really good defenses. And John Mateer was not able to do the normal things he would be able to do with that bad thumb. Because once we hit him one time on that thumb, they ran him a couple of more times, but he wasn't trying to run like he normally would if his thumb was 100% healthy. You would have seen a different Oklahoma offense, but they had to protect him as much as they could to keep him in the game. He probably shouldn't even have played in that game.
That's a fact. Yeah, I don't think he should have played.
I agree.
Now they're going to set him back for the rest of the season. That thumb is never going to get healthy because they're going to keep on playing him, and teams are going to keep on banging that thumb. It's never going to get healthy. They should have just sat him out. But Brent Venables' job is on the line. He can't afford to have the same kind of season he had last year. But let's go on to the Big Ten. We have a big win by Ohio State over Illinois. A huge win by Indiana over Oregon. And then we said the USC-Michigan game. Who else is that? Penn State lost another one to Northwestern. What's your thoughts on the top teams in the Big Ten? Is Indiana for real, for real? Well, most part, you got to go first because these Big Ten guys are in here.
We waiting on Maul. We waiting on him.
Hey,
My thing is this.
I'm gonna let the Ohio State guys go last.
Yeah, this is. Go ahead, Parlay Poe.
Yeah, Indiana, they deserve to be talked about. You know what I mean? They played well. They played well, and Oregon didn't look the same. So I like Ohio State. Ohio State looked good. You know what I mean? They instilled their will. Illinois, they made dude look regular after he got hit a couple times. Their quarterback he turned shy. He turned real shy, and so their defense played well. So I like that in them. But far as my Penn State, Franklin, 50 milli buyout, they might have to think about that. Losing at home to Northwestern.
But how's that his fault when the punter just muffed the punt and that was the game? Like I be hating when they put stuff on the coach.
He shouldn't even been that close, man.
Exactly. He shouldn't even have been in that.
I know, but it's the Big Ten. If you play in the Big Ten, you know if you don't come prepared to play what a Northwestern team can do.
Nah, man, that game should have been just about covering the spread.
I understand what y'all saying.
At home to Northwestern, man, cut it out. They should that thing should have been just about cover the spread. That's all it should have been. They shouldn't even been fighting with them dudes like that.
Hey, Poe, as you and I both know, it was a game played last year, and somebody was favored like 23 points or something, and they was at home, and it didn't happen, bro.
Yeah, but it
didn't happen because those are the type things that I'm trying to get the world to understand is that in this Big Ten, like you may walk into a game and you may feel like this is an easy win. This is easy money. No, you got to come prepared and ready to go every single Saturday, or you may get popped by a Northwestern. You may get popped by a 5-loss team.
It shouldn't even been like that, though.
That's the same thing I can say about my team last year. It shouldn't have been close.
Penn State
should have been close.
Penn State off a loss. Franklin lost. They talking about firing you right. They talking about firing you last week. So you come in, Northwestern coming here right after they lose to Oregon. Penn State supposed to make them out of an example. You know what I mean? They supposed to be an example yesterday. You know what I mean? Like. It shouldn't even been that close.
Hey, y'all want to know what happened to Penn State for real?
I already know the Big Ten stuff, but it shouldn't have never been that close.
Hey, y'all know what happened to Penn State for real. Right?
Who's that dude right there?
Jim Knowles. Jim Knowles the winning tore up. They don't even look like Penn State no more. And they supposedly had given up enough money to get this defensive coordinator that's gonna get Coach Franklin over the top. And now they looking like they trying to bum a ride back to Happy Valley because they ain't so happy. Man, this stuff is hilarious, man.
But y'all said Jim Knowles had the same kind of talent that was at the Buckeyes, right? Y'all said he got the same talent that was in Penn State, right?
That's what they say.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why the game shouldn't have never been that close. Like, if you got elite defensive coordinator with elite players, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it took Ohio State 3 years to get this man's defense. We didn't get his defense till last year. Like we was getting like bombed on in big games with his defense, and even some not so big games. We didn't get it for 3 years. Unlike this year, we didn't pick up this defense like this, and we already off the rip gone. But Jim Knowles didn't come into Ohio State, and we went right to a top defense. We were horrible.
Okay, well, let me talk about the USC and Michigan game. They did what they want, man. Lincoln Riley's offense is very nice, complex. They worked against our aggressiveness. I'm talking about off the dribble. They worked in screens, tight end screens, and the fact everybody calling for my dude Moore's head, man. I'm talking about the yahoos in these groups, man. You know what I mean? I don't even want to fight with them. The yahoos in these groups calling for his head, but they not saying nothing about Wink Martindale doing all these blitzes and leaving the middle wide open. They're not saying nothing about that. That middle was wide open. And then we got We got our best player. Why is he sitting out all the time?
That number one.
Yeah, why? I'm talking about that. Y'all playing too many guys, man. Y'all playing too many guys. I'm saying, like, it's cool to come in the defensive line, okay, when they get tired. But this dude don't need to be on the sideline for a whole series and they march all the way down the field. What's he doing? You know what I mean? He a young man. He in shape. If he ain't on that defensive line, he need to be in middle linebacker or something. He the fastest dude. He run a 4.4 as a linebacker. What is y'all doing? And he got these dudes one-on-one. He got these true freshmen one-on-one with their best receiver. I'm like, what is Wink doing, man? You know what I mean? I'm like, I ain't understand. It's complex defense. Even though he ain't play bad, but we got some. I'm high on our freshman receiver Marsh, and we need Bryce Underwood to get some touch on that ball. He can spin it. We already know he can throw a fastball, but he needs a little touch in there. And we run in Justin Hayes too much. Put Morgan in there. You know what I mean? Even though Justin Hayes, he can pop it any second. But we need that hard back right there. Dude run violent. Our backup run violent. Sometimes he need to be in there instead of looking for the home run all the time. And then our line ain't as good as we thought. I don't know what he doing. I don't know what I don't know what he doing. They need to go back to the drawing board because this was the bad loss, even though we was in USC.
Hey, Poe, in that middle, I've been looking, Poe. That middle been a lot, not just this game, but bro, that middle be open. I'll be looking at y'all's defense like we are going to kill it. If that's what y'all plan on doing, we gonna have fun. In the
he blitzed the linebackers too much. He blitzed them too much. I don't understand it.
For me, for the Big Ten overlook yesterday, like you said, we do got to talk about Indiana now. Big win over Oregon at Eugene. You know, that was a game I was looking at a lot to see how Indiana played. I thought Oregon was going to come out at home and put it on Indiana. So my question is, you know, knowing they play Ohio State, will Indiana come in and Ohio State just be that team, that dominant team that they are, or will Indiana put up a fight? You know, that's my question. Similar to how Illinois was playing as big as they were coming into that game. Like, that be my thing when these big teams play Ohio State from the Big Ten. Like the Indiana game coming up, are they going to play like they've been playing up until this point, or are they going to bow down? You know, that's my thought.
We don't play them.
They don't play Indiana.
Oh, so y'all don't got Indiana. Okay, so, I mean, I don't really know what Indiana is going to look like. We got to talk about them respectably still, but the big win for Ohio State over Illinois, I think Ohio State is just that good of a team, man. That's just my thoughts. I said what they was going to do against Illinois. They was going to run away with it, but I think we seeing a different Ohio State team as the season builds. I know y'all talk about the red zone issues, but the way y'all's defense are playing, the defense plays and the offense get points on the board at times with the big plays, I think that negates it, but I know y'all want to see it improve, but that's just my thoughts on it. In the Michigan-USC game, I think USC was just a better team. And like you said, I was surprised at how much they blitzed and not having that prime linebacker in that center field playing that position.
Hey, that Indiana team and that Indiana game was very, very great. That was like probably one of the biggest wins in Indiana football history. What you just witnessed yesterday, and you're witnessing a program that's continuing what they started last year. Now, we all know the big thing for Indiana is going to be if they can take that next step. But Indiana can't get too ahead of themselves because this Big Ten isn't the Big Ten that you all think. There are plenty roadblocks sitting waiting on Indiana. You know, starting with a Michigan State, like you cannot overlook any teams in this Big Ten. You can't go in there and just think you're going to win a game. They still have to go to UCLA. We see UCLA has caught a groove. We know UCLA has a quarterback they've caught a groove, and all of a sudden they say, hey, so this is how you win a game. And now here you see UCLA winning some games. You have Maryland, who just dropped a tough one to Nebraska. Great game against Maryland and Nebraska. If you had an opportunity to look at that game, it could have went either way. Either team could have won that. And then Indiana got to go to Penn State, who you're gonna get an upset Penn State at this point. All they can do is spoil people's season. So, and then they close out with Wisconsin and Purdue, and they're gonna hit both of them. But they have 4 games left on their schedule where they're gonna have to prove that they are still playing at a higher level than most Big Ten teams. And that Ohio State game, it was what it was. I don't think we saw a lot. That Illinois run defense was fabulous yesterday. Their run defense was fabulous. I have to give it to them, man. They played some hard-nosed football with some hard hitting going on in the Big Ten yesterday. I don't know who else noticed it, but it was some hard hitting going on in the Big Ten. Like that USC Michigan game. It was some hard hitting going on out there. I don't know if y'all was looking at it yesterday, but I saw some hard hitting football yesterday.
Man, one of the post guys smacked that dude from USC, the tight end. He hit him hard, dog.
Man, it was some smackings going on yesterday. That's what I love the most about yesterday's football that I watched. And I guess mainly in the Big Ten, they were smacking. It's a different level of football, and that's what y'all gonna notice when these bowl season comes and these teams that we mentioned that y'all calling bottom dwellers step up on that field against one of your SEC teams.
Man, you mentioned Nebraska, T1. They look like they might be trying to fight into the playoffs as well. That's a 5-1 team that's unranked right now too. You still got Washingtons of the world. Indiana, they officially moved in my top 3. Y'all see the show tomorrow. But when we look at this season, what has kind of been the pattern? A team gets a win and they jump them wherever they want to jump them in the polls. So who's somebody to say that since Indiana went on the road and beat a number 3 Oregon team that they shouldn't consume that spot? And people like Texas A&M and Ole Miss, why shouldn't they jump them? They just beat the number 3 team in the country. So I got them firmly in the top 3, and I don't think they lose a game from here on out. So we looking at an Indiana team that look like they're going to be undefeated at the end of the year and playing. They got a berth into the Big Ten championship. My Buckeyes, we gave up too many. We gave up
real quick before you go there. And Indiana beat up on them pretty good in Oregon. So, that has to be taken into consideration, and they should be number 3.
Yep, they did something we couldn't. We couldn't win there, as y'all seen last season. But
who has beat them by 10 at home before? How far you think you got to go back to find that?
Come on, T1, stop.
I'm just saying, but that's all I was just saying. I was just saying that was a huge win, and they won by 10 points. Oregon don't lose at home. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, man, Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon, and I'm looking at maybe Nebraska or USC. That was a monster win from USC yesterday. I didn't think they was gonna win, but now I'm happy they won because now I could keep Poe out the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, you know how they play spoiler.
Yeah, we good. We good playing spoiler. and I still need my bread, Zay.
You ain't getting that. It don't look like you getting that this year.
Yeah, hey,
Under the bars.
Y'all forget, I already told you we already had this talk, man. We had this talk at the casino. Y'all forget how to coach against us. We already had this talk.
We ain't gonna have that problem this year.
Yeah,
Out of the 5 you just mentioned. Yeah, out of the five you just mentioned, OSU, Oregon, Nebraska, Indiana, USC. Like, who you think can make the playoff out of them five?
Well, I'm gonna say USC right now. Because I want to say they don't really got too much left on the schedule. Let me look real quick. Nebraska, they're like, it's like how in the SEC all the teams is equal. Nebraska is too equal to a lot of other teams. I could see USC being more of a higher end caliber than their opponents from here on out. You know what I mean? Like they should have a better talent on a roster. I'm saying though, if they can beat Notre Dame, you got to head to head with Nebraska. So whoever win that game is going to have a leg up to finish the year with only 2 losses. But USC still got to go to Oregon. So it's a must win for them at Notre Dame next week. If they lose that game, you could stick a fork in them.
Yeah. This
Hey,
weekend got
on that Big Ten list, y'all left Washington out. We can't leave them out just yet. They are one team.
I mentioned Washington. I said they're still sitting at that 5-1.
I know, but that wasn't your top 4. That wasn't in your top 4.
They would have been 6. But do you think out of those teams, Washington really got a chance to make a playoff out of the Big Ten? Those teams?
Listen here. That's why I said we talking about Washington. Who they play next week?
Who do they play?
They in the big house. They in the big house. They get to go into the big house, and if they want to make a statement, what better place to make it? Like I say, y'all tripping on this Big Ten football. We got a good one up in Ann Arbor next week. It's a good one up in Ann Arbor next week. It's tipping off at noon. And if they can go in there and send Michigan on a 2-game losing streak and pull one up out of there, you get to talk about them. Then they got Illinois at home. You know, we'll see how Illinois travel and go play out there at Washington where they don't lose. And that's all I was saying about Oregon. When they're at home, they don't lose. You know, so man, it's tough out here in this Big Ten. And we may be the team that get 5 up in there if they can if Washington can run the table and possibly if they were to possibly lose to Oregon in that last game, and then they got 2 losses with those losses being 2 playoff teams possibly. You might have to get them. You might have to put them in there.
I don't know, man. It sounds to me like what y'all mentioning right now. It looks like y'all gonna have some of the same issues outside of Ohio State and Indiana. Y'all gonna have some of the same issues that the SEC is gonna have in terms of y'all scheduling, because y'all got games that are going to be coming up where it can go either way, and the team can get another loss and end up being on the outside looking in. And it depends on what the other conferences are doing too. So you might mess around and get a 3-loss team from either the SEC or the Big Ten in, based on how the scheduling is looking. But are they hands down better than some of the teams in the ACC in the Big 12? Because I think they both probably got a chance to get 2 in a piece. So that's 4 of the slots. Then you get a group of 5. That's 5 of the slots. Now you only got 7 slots left. You get 2 and 2 from the the SEC and Big Ten. Now you got 3 slots left. Who gonna fill those last 3 slots? And you Notre Dame wins out. Now it's only 2 slots.
The Big 12 ain't getting 2 bids though. Why y'all keep saying that?
Because the Big 12 could get 2 bids.
Where's the 2 bids in the Big 12?
Listen, if Texas A&M goes undefeated, which it looks like they can, and they play against a 1,
you said Texas A&M,
a 1-loss BYU or a 1-loss Utah in the championship
Texas Tech. Who you talking about?
Nah, I don't see it. But what y'all saying yesterday, Indiana and Oregon was a playoff game. Them teams are both in. And then you're not accounting for Ohio State. Both of them teams are winning out. You heard it here. They're winning out. They're not going to lose another game.
If they do, you got a chance. If they both win out, you got that third team for sure.
No, I'm about to
Hold up, who
wrap
got a third team for sure? What are you talking as if Ohio State ain't putting 4 teams in this playoff at least? I'm at the Big Ten. We putting 4 teams.
Listen. The way he just explained that schedule and the way you just went through that schedule, if Oregon wins out, they get in. If Indiana win out, they get in. Ohio State win out, they get in. They go your 3. Where you gonna get that 4th team from? Because they got that 4th team got to play 2 or 3 of those teams that you just named. That we just named the 3 that's going to get in from the Big Ten.
And that's why I said if USC can beat Notre Dame this coming weekend coming up, they look like they can make the playoff because they should be favored in every other game except for the Oregon game, and they will only be a 2-loss team. In the same, you could say the same for Washington. You know what I'm saying? You can say the same, and you can look at Nebraska's schedule. Nebraska don't got nobody left to where they should go into the game and feel like they can't win the game. These are 3 different teams.
We still have all of these 5-1 teams though that like we don't know, like they saying we don't know how Nebraska gonna finish off this next half of this season. But right now they still in the race with 1 loss, as is Washington. You know, as is USC. Like, you're not even talking about USC. USC has a great opportunity and a great chance to make this playoff. You know, and nobody's talking about them. You know, they'll finally move up in the rankings this week.
Wow, we are talking about them. But our point is this: they gotta beat Notre Dame first, and then if they beat Oregon or lose to Oregon, they only had 2 losses. Yes, they're very viable to get that 4th team in from the Big Ten. We see that.
Who lost Big Ten team getting in, buddy?
They might. They got a really good chance of doing that. But what I'm saying to you is, if they lose to Notre Dame and then they lose to Oregon, then that's 3 losses they're probably not getting in.
Yeah, nah.
And Nebraska might have a scenario like that as well, but I don't know what their schedule is.
But then again, they could put a 3-loss team up against a 3-loss SEC team. And then, as you say, if those 3 losses is the Notre Dame, the Oregon, and who was the other one? You know, all playoff teams. You know, then you're talking about the same thing you're talking about when you talk about that SEC, and you know the madness with them talking about the SEC can probably get 5 in. Like, stop it.
Yeah, as nasty as this sound rolling off my tongue, you can't strike out Michigan from winning out either, though. You know, as nasty as that say rolling off my tongue, you know, because then that will mean they beat us for another year, you know. But I'm just saying, it's a lot of different variables. We understand that. It's still more information that's gonna come out each week. You know, we still got a half a season, over a half a season to play.
For sure. Yeah, I'm one who firmly believes that there will not be 5 SEC teams in the college football playoffs. Looking at their schedules.
Yeah, I don't think it ain't gonna be 5 Big Ten teams either.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool with the 4-4 and the 2-2 and the 1.
Well, that's 13, bro.
So somebody gonna be 2-1, or somebody gonna get a third. Yeah, somebody gonna either the ACC or the Big 12. They only gonna get 1 in. Who is it gonna be? It ain't gonna be the ACC. I don't think.
Yeah, you're right about
And which conference could possibly get only 3? The SEC or the Big Ten? Like, those are some good questions.
Yeah, well, wait, as the weeks go on, we're gonna find out more and more information, and then this discussion will get even better. What are you looking forward to out of your team today in the NFL, Mossberg, and Cincinnati Bengals, UNT1? How y'all looking today?
Joe Moss, Joe Burrow, Joe Flacco. It don't matter. We good in the jungle. I think Joe Flacco can get the ball to our targets, man. I just want to see him slinging that thing like he could do. I know he could throw the deep ball. We know he could throw it. I just want to see Chase Brown get off the ground for us. You know, we get our running game going. I think it could open up the pass for us. Having a veteran like Joe Flacco, I know he's not, you know, what he used to be, you know, but he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback with that experience. I think it'll help in getting that ball to our receivers. And we know who those guys are. And I think it'll definitely help us out, you know, through the rest of the season. I mean, it's not the best signing to some, but I like the signing and I love the signing because it's another Joe in Cincinnati. And I think this one could get us to the playoffs for sure.
Whoa, man. Moss. I mean, always love your confidence. But one thing I will say is that I believe that Flacco will do better in Cincinnati than he did in Cleveland because of those targets that he has out there. And if they can somehow find a running game, you know, they may be able to put something together. Joe's just going to have to get that ball out of his hands very, very fast because we know that offensive line is trash. I mean, I'm sorry. I just got to call it how I see it with my other team. And that offensive line is trash. That's the reason why Joey B is at home right now rehabbing. You know, so they are going to have to protect Flacco if they want any type of chance. And if they protect him, we have a chance to be really, really good today.
What about your Browns?
Hey, I'm really, that's why I woke up happy today. Because they're not both playing at 1 o'clock. I hate when they both play at 1 o'clock, and they do that a lot. I hate that when they both play at 1 o'clock, because, you know, I got to have one on the TV and one on the tablet or something. So, but just being able to see them straight off the rip and going against Pittsburgh, you know, it's going to be great to see because we know Pittsburgh's defense is coming with it. If there is a strength of that team, we know that it's that defense. And you know, with two rookie quarterbacks coming in, I know they got to be licking their chops for either one of them. But it's going to start off with Gabe. We're going to see how that go. I'm hoping that he plays great, but I'm just, you know, how I feel about the real short quarterbacks, you know, a.k.a. Kyler Murray. So this like Kyler Murray Jr. to me. So, you know, I'm hoping we get to see what he can do and see if he can, you know, just show some flashes. Because right now, at this point, you just need a quarterback to show you some flashes like Dart is doing up in New York. They say, okay, we've seen enough to go ahead and let him learn and grow on the job. So, you know, we'll see. I'm not looking for anything big out of Cleveland today. I just want to see the quarterback position developed. And that defense keep us in the game, give us a possible chance.
Paulie, how about your Steelers? And should I put your running back in my fantasy team in front of Montgomery for Detroit?
Well, who you talking about?
Who's y'all's running back? The dude who balled out last 2 weeks ago.
Jaylen Warren or Gainwell?
Gainwell. I got Gainwell on my fantasy team.
Oh man, he balled out last week though. I mean, before last, but Browns have an excellent defense. So I wouldn't put him in. Yeah, I wouldn't put him in. But we
probably gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him in. We had to keep the old man upright today. Have Mount Washington or tight end. We gotta have him over Myles Garrett too, because I don't trust Jones or left tackle. We got it. I hate the bubble screens we do. We're gonna try to run it though, and I don't believe in our defensive coordinator, even though our defense is good, standard, but I don't think he know how to run up schemes for a rookie quarterback that don't know what they looking at. You know what I mean? have TJ still on the end and trying to beat the end instead of TJ doing inside moves and stuff like that. I don't think he's capable of doing that. So we just gonna have to beat dude with skills, make him make mistakes. You know what I mean? See if he can throw through the zone, whatever.
Oh man, they late for the game.
We'll make ordinary receivers look decent sometime, and I don't like that. So we're gonna have to come with it today. I think Ramsey playing, Joey Porter Jr. back, Elliott back. So our defense should be up to par today.
What you got to say about your Bucks today, FanDuel?
Man, I'm a Buck through and through. You know, Buckeyes, Buccaneers, Bucks. You know, we hot, man. I don't see no steam burning off. We back at the crib today. You know, I am nervous though because Mac Jones, you know, that's Shanahan's guy. So I feel like they're gonna come out on point. Bro was throwing darts last week too, and if his one concern is my defense don't got a pass rush, you know, so if he can just sit back there, Mac Jones can just sit back there and do what he want to do, is going to cause for concern, and they're going to be able to do some things. But Baker, the clutchest quarterback in the league, man. I probably see another game-winning drive today. You know what I mean? But we winning. Hey, we going to get a dub. If you got any Buccaneers, play them. You know, we're going to be able to do what we want to do on the offensive end.
Yeah, I got y'all's running back.
Yeah, go ahead, start him because Bucky out again. Start him.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have no Bucks on my team, man. I wish I had a Booker, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. My Titans, man, listen, we about to go on a win streak. We going to get the Raiders today. That's going to be 2 in a row. I'm going to be talking all kinds of shit, too.
Man, you sure you don't want that first pick?
Man.
Y'all need it, man.
Don't talk me out of it.
Hey, y'all need it, man.
We need it, man. Our defense is still horrible. We paying Snead all this money, man. He out there getting killed. But I like the way Cam Ward is playing, man, and Pollard. Our offensive line is still got him on the run, but you know, we was able to squeak out a victory last week. I think we can squeak out another victory against the Raiders this week. They won't have Brock Bowers to go to. We might be able to make some noise, man, and win this game. I'll be glad when we get Vontae Sweat back, man, because our defensive line will be a whole lot better once he's back. Outside of that, man, let's get another win. My Titans, man, we going on a win streak.
Hey, man, half my fantasy team is injured. Brock Bowers, Bucky Irving, Mike Evans. Who else I got? Aaron Jones Sr. Half my team is out, man.
Man. I'm about to put what's her name on waivers. He ain't been back yet.
Who?
Mixon.
Yeah, he was supposed to come back. They're talking about him coming back like a week or two ago.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I got Jawan Jennings too. He out.
Yeah, Brock Purdy out for me, but which you know he ain't like he give me a whole lot of points. I'm end up having to start Justin Fields again today. Him or either Caleb Williams, man. One of them I'm gonna have to go with. I gotta check it out and see what he's looking like though.
Man, I got a monster backup quarterback for you, man. Just make me an offer.
Who you got?
I got Daniel Jones.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can have your Ohio State guy.
Who?
Justin Fields.
Oh yeah, I'll take him. We can do it straight up swap. I'll take him.
Fields be putting up numbers.
Man, yeah, in the opposite direction.
No, he be having nice scores. Go look at his stuff.
He did. Last week he did. He did have some really good numbers last week.
He got a few games.
See, Fields is one of them quarterbacks in fantasy. You got to know when to start him.
Uh-huh.
He got me 30 plus points last week, so I can't knock him on that.
Man.
Yeah, he not an every week starter in fantasy though.
Yeah. He said Fields playing right now.
Yeah, and they can't. He ain't got no. That line is getting him killed.
Oh well, I can't do Nothing about
playing-
that. He already playing.
They playing Denver, right?
Yeah,
Denver got a decent defense too.
yeah, they do. They got a real good front seven.
All right, y'all. Well, that's all I had, man. So hopefully we'll be back again on Tuesday at 7:45, and then Wednesday with Parlay Poll. With the bread, FanDuel Zaya covers the spread, and then back again Thursday night for the Thursday night forecast, and then Saturday morning. We're gonna
I
try
I might go watch Cincinnati Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say keep y'all's eye out on the show for tomorrow too.
Yeah,
Playoff projections will be dropping at 5 p.m.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
play
that's
Cincinnati
right.
Thursday. I think I'm gonna go down there. Thursday night football.
Yeah, all right. Do you think you always on the road?
That would be dope.
You know what I mean? Like
That would be dope.
Don't let T1 talk you into taking him with you, bro. Don't
Let
take
let me know what you gonna do, Paul. I might have to think about it. I might have to think about it.
you ain't know.
Let me know what you doing, Paul.
Okay.
All right, y'all have a good rest of your day, man. Enjoy this NFL.
All right, man.
For sure.
All
There was
right.
sports news. We was in the building. Now we out. Peace.
Love y'all.
Love y'all,
Love you.
man.
Love y'all.